Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, a place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is Not Important, and I am your host, guys. It's Friday. Go ahead and smash that like button, turn the bell for notifications, and subscribe to the channel. We're slowly ticking up. There are 191 of you subscribed to the channel, but I think probably only about 3 of you watch the actual videos, and I thank you, every single one of you. Oh, man. With that being said, guys, let's get boring. Rumor mill goes into overdrive for a spot Bitcoin ETF approval on Friday. That's today. Probably not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Ether ETF likely coming as SEC implicitly nodded ETH as commodity, says analyst. Guys, they are pumping the hopium into the news channels. And spot Bitcoin ETF capital, could funds potentially buy up all Bitcoin in circulation? Yes, I think so. But it'd probably have to be over-the-counter trading. There's no way in hell they're buying at spot. They'd be doing it illegally or something weird, because I think they have to, I think fund management companies have to make public all of their buys. I don't think they can do over the counter, but either way, do they have the funds to do it? Probably, but they have to find a way to do it without slippage, or it becomes a law of diminishing returns, right? If they're buying spot while they're buying, the price is going up, they're going to run out of money to buy it, if that makes sense. And last but not least, guys, Logan Paul to buy back CryptoZoo NFTs a year after promising refunds. We covered this when CoffeeZilla did an article calling out Paul as a fraud, and supposedly now he's paying back people finally for his NFT rug. I don't know. We'll see what it's about, guys. Guys, it's Friday. I'm trying to wake up still. Still feeling sick, man. Let's go to the market. Right now, guys, current market sitting at 1.67 trillion, up just a little bit from yesterday. Bitcoin dumps sitting at 51.7%. ETH dominant 16.2. Way down. Might be time to look at some really low cap shitcoins. Get my buys in. 18 Gwei each transaction. Fear and greed back up. I think it was at 60 something yesterday. Now we're at 70. Right. Let's go ahead and blow through the top 100, guys, to see what the outliers are today. I don't think anything's moving too much. Yeah, Bitcoin's been kind of... It's had swings, but they all end up back in the same spot. We'll look at that when we get to the charts. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, everything's looking real sideways right now. At least on the daily. 5.59 to downside for Filecoin. 5.61 to downside for Immutable X. 11% up to the upside for TIA. 7.74 to the upside for Caspa. 5.27 to the downside for Chronos. 8.07 to downside for C. 6.45 to downside for Render. 5.39 downside Quant. 6.14 to downside for Mina. It's kind of a red day to lower we go. Not crazy red, 5 here, 6 there. Synthetics down 5.73%. Beam down 6.78%. Osmosis run 13.49 to the upside. ASTR down 7.62%. Terra Luna Classic up 9.35%. Bonk down 7.95. AKT up 5.13. FXS down 7.09. FET up 7.28. And Blur coming into 100 down 5.37. Guys, Bitcoin 4 hour. Look, nothing really has changed. We keep getting these swings. one of two things, in my humble opinion, my non-financial advice, non-financial advisor, not knowing how to trade, know nothing about TA guy opinion. Everyone's waiting, guys. Everybody's waiting for the ETF approval. Some of these swings could potentially be, market makers, market manipulators trying to get people to sell out of their positions. Maybe. I don't know. That's just a possible thought. Coffee break. Give me a second. But the reality is, guys, is everybody is just waiting to see if this ETF is going to get done. But in the meantime, we are still in an uptrend. Trend is your friend till the end. We all know that. Money flow ticking up. Everything ticking up slightly. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking and thinking, guys. I'm trying to figure it out too. You got everyone in the world that wants to tell you, I know exactly what it's going to do. And I always find it so interesting. Yeah, there's probably plenty of guys that are way better at TA and trading and charts than I am. But I'm looking at going, this looks all psychological to me. People just waiting to see if that shit's gonna get approved. And if it doesn't, here's my humble opinion again. If it doesn't get approved, we could probably come down to high 30s. Bitcoin is still Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still having the having. Having the having? The having is still coming, which puts us right back where we're supposed to be. The ETF news has front run this bull market and put us ahead of schedule, in my opinion. But if it doesn't get approved, you're going to get like the people that have joined the market right now recently based on the ETF, the noobs, the TradFi noobs especially, are going to sell. They're going to go, in my opinion. And then the people who have been here waiting for the halving, waiting for the traditional cycle to continue, will stay. We're not going anywhere. I don't think any of you guys are going to sell. I'm not selling. If we like my Bitcoin's my Bitcoin, like that's the goal. Don't forget my last buy order. Jesus, what was my last buy order? 28.6 right there. I was buying at 28.6. I was buying at 27.3. I was buying at 25.816. And I think I have a small buy order somewhere around 15.5, 15.6. But guys, that's the point of stacking buy orders. I am not hurting at all unless we get down to like 25. Let me see something. I don't even know what my percentage is on this. My charts are so gross. Roughly up 72% in this. Again, my Bitcoin is my Bitcoin. I don't swing trade Bitcoin. I will probably sell once I think this market is topped out. Just to try, when this market is completely gassed out, way overextended, and I decide to get out of Bitcoin, I'll probably sell to try and buy back lower. But right now, no, man. Anyway, I'm rambling because there's not a lot going on. Everything is waiting with bated breath to see if we're going to get this ETF approval. I mean, look where we're at. I mean, it's resistance, it's resistance, it's resistance. It's resistance. We're at the exact same spot. This would be your bear trap, or bull trap, excuse me. I always do that. I don't know why. But trend is still your friend, guys. Bouncing off the low, touching the top. kind of a point of control, I guess. Just waiting. Outside of that, nothing's changed. If we break and we get support, you know the levels I've been looking at. If we break down, look for bounces here, 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 here. Again, if the ETF gets denied, I'll be looking at high 30s. Probably a good area to buy. That's it, man. That's Bitcoin. 4 hour. What are we looking at? I don't even think the charts are that important right now. I really believe that all of this price action, everything that's been happening, everything we're waiting for, is all a psychological movement based on the ETF getting approved. And until that's either approved or denied or pushed back, I gotta be honest, I don't really think the charts matter that much. Even if you're trying to leverage trade or get a day trade in or swing trade, it's risky. It's super risky right now. This thing's gonna be choppy as shit until that decision's made. That's where my head's at, guys. Tight coiling. Super tight. It's just everyone waiting, man. That's it, man. If you guys are traders, you've been trading longer, let's talk. I'm always open to conversation. I'm always open to learn. I am humble as fuck. I'm a nobody, trust me. I'm learning just like everyone else. If you see something I don't, let's have a conversation. But what I see is this. Okay, so if you remember, it's funny, in crypto we get so caught up that this was just a couple of days ago. And if I remember correctly, this is based off of the idea that someone said the ETF got approved. So people pumped. And this came off of the idea that someone posted an article that the ETF got denied. And then we slowly bought back to where we were originally supposed to be at, inside the trend. So, it's enough rambling about where we're at in the charts, man. Again, I'm always open to have a conversation. If you guys see something I'm not seeing, if you know or have heard of something, let's talk, man. Hit me up on X at BoringCryptoIO or chat here. Yeah, that's it, guys. People are saying it's getting approved today. I don't think it is. If I'm wrong, that's awesome, right? But I think they're going to push it to the 8th or the 10th if they do approve it. Nah. If they do. If they don't, nothing changes. Don't forget that. All right, moving on, guys, to the news. Rumor Mill. Rumor Mill, is this a place we go to get rumors? Where's Rumor Mill? Did I miss out on a new social platform? Someone let me know. Rumor Mill goes into overdrive for a spot Bitcoin ETF approval on Friday. God, guys, this is what I'm talking about. People need to get control of their emotions. Like, if you haven't bought already and all you're doing is buying and hoping or waiting to buy in based off of the ETF potential pump, you're going to have a hard time with crypto, man. You should have been buying a long time ago. All right. Sorry. Several tweets on CryptoX have fueled hopes that a spot Bitcoin ETF could be approved on Friday, though some analysts don't think it will happen so soon. Speculation that the SEC is set to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF on Friday has reached a fever pitch on social media. A tweet from Grayscale's legal chief that he was filling out some forms, in addition to a widely shared tweet from a reporter, has fueled speculation that approval could come through within the next day. Today is what they're saying. Several analysts still expect potential approvals to come next week. However, this is my point. Sorry. If you're looking to dive in when it gets approved, why not just buy right now? Whether it's today or next week, what's the difference? Certain people that just, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm missing some. Again, if I am, let me know in comments down below. Several analysts still expect potential approvals to come next week. However, in a January 4th post on X, TechCrunch reporter Jacqueline Malinik cited sources extremely close to the matter to suggest multiple ETFs would be approved and is expecting something tomorrow. Yeah, everybody's been saying this. Like, everybody was retweeting this shit. What if it doesn't? Oh my god, let's all sell. Dumb. Others have taken particular interest into cryptic tweet from Grayscale's chief legal officer stating that he was just filing some forms, or filling out some forms. I'd keep doing that, which has garnered 1.9 million views and 6,700 likes since it was posted. Guys, what if they're just milking engagement and everybody's playing into it? They're getting paid. All these people are like that tweet this shit are getting paid on X. They're just milking the social media payments, guys. They're milking the engagement. Meanwhile, the hashtag BTC ETF and the term Bitcoin ETFs is currently trending on Twitter, and the price of Bitcoin has also been climbing since its sharp January 3rd drawdown, up 3.4% in the last 24 hours per TradingView data, which is what I told you guys would happen, that it was going to get bought up in just a day or two. The rumor mill is going full steam. Trader Scott Melker said in response to the back and forth speculation across social media, yeah, guys, dude, you need to just chill. Analysts splash cold water on rumors. However, Bloomberg ETF analyst James S. described much of the speculation around the January 5th approval as noise, saying he still expects approval to arrive between January 8th and 10th, which is what I said at the beginning of this article. Similarly, attorney and commercial litigator John Carlisari, or Joe. I'm sorry, Joe Cart. I'm terrible at reading names. I don't know why. It's like my brain just doesn't compute. Mr. Joe pointed out that the public comment period for several ETFs applications doesn't close until midnight on January 5th, which is tonight. In his view, this makes it very unlikely that an approval would arrive anytime before the start of next week. Side note, too, while I'm thinking about this, when the traditional markets open up and they don't approve, they don't say it's approved, I would expect probably a little bit of a downturn in Bitcoin. Just thinking right now. I would assume that they would announce it on market open. I don't know why they would wait till later in the day, but I don't know. I'm not a TradFi guy. But if it doesn't get announced, I'd expect the weekend to be kind of a downplay. Senior Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balkunas explained the SEC is currently providing final comments and that issuers will soon file their final 19B-4 and S-1 forms soon afterwards. Both forms need to be approved by the SEC before the ETF can start trading, though an approved 19B-4 form is required for the spot Bitcoin ETF to be effectively approved. Scott Johnson, the general partner at VB Capital, said he was still skeptical that an ETF approval would be issued before next week, unless there are 19B- form applications that are already all clear and the SEC doesn't care about simultaneous approval. Seems to be a stretch, wrote Johnson. There are 14 issuers vying for a spot Bitcoin ETF. I'm not going to read the names. We know this. Probably not happening, guys, today. Slow down. If you're trying to get gains, you should have been in Bitcoin already. Ether ETF likely coming, as SEC implicitly nodded ETH as a commodity analyst. According to Bloomberg ETF analyst James S., the U.S. securities regulator implicitly accepted Ether as a commodity when it greenlit Ethereum future ETFs. Well, that was the 4D chess that Grayscale was playing when they filed for an ETH ETF after getting their BTC futures case flipping into a spot ETF reopened. The United States Securities Exchange Commission implicitly accepted ETH as a commodity when it approved ETH futures exchange traded funds last year, meaning the spot ETF variant is likely set for this year, according to Bloomberg ETF analyst James S. Speaking during CryptoQuant's private webinar on January 4th, Mr. S alluded to the approval of ETH future ETFs in October 2023 noting that the SEC did not challenge the coin's classification through the ETF registration process with the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC. The CFTC is blatantly calling Ethereum a commodity. They do not call them securities. The SEC has approved Ethereum futures ETFs, so again, Gary Gensler will not explicitly say whether Ethereum is a security or a commodity, but in their action, by approving those Ethereum futures ETFs, God, it's a tongue twister, man, with all these acronyms, and they're implicitly accepting those Ethereum futures as commodities futures. Mr. S said the SEC likely had no bandwidth to dispute the classification. Well done, Grayscale. Well done. The first Ethereum futures ETFs in the U.S. were listed for trading on October 2nd, with several investment firms launching a total of 9 funds on the Chicago Board Options Exchange, including ProShares, VanEck, Bitwise, Valkyrie, all the same people. According to Mr. S, the SEC could find itself in a court and have to unlist future ETFs if it were to deem either a security. The classification matters since securities and commodities ETFs face different legal requirements with different taxes and regulatory burdens attached to securities. It wouldn't just be the SEC going against the crypto industry. If they call Ethereum a security, it'll be going against their sister regulator, the CFTC. That's why I think we can see potential Ethereum ETFs approved this year as well. That would be absolutely huge. The SEC recently lost a court case under a similar dispute in which it exempted the Spikes Index, a stock volatility index, from the definition of security futures under claims of promoting competition among such indexes. There's precedent here to say it matters how these things are registered, said Mr. S. The SEC has a final decision deadline for VanEck, ARK, and 21 shares, and hashtag spot Ether ETF in May of 2024, with other decision deadlines coming in the months following. Before then, however, the regulator must disclose its verdict on spot Bitcoin ETF. We know this. Wow. So Mr. S predicts an approval by January 10th, with 10 billion flowing into Bitcoin ETFs within 12 months. It'll be a hell of a catalyst, guys. All right, moving on. Spot Bitcoin ETF capital. Could funds potentially buy up all Bitcoin in circulation? Maybe. A company or government. I mean, I'll tell you what. I know that there's been talk of, which could be one of two things, but there's been talk of the lowest Bitcoin on exchanges ever right now. But that could be from all the Celsius FTX collapse when people were putting everything on hardware wallets and getting it off exchanges too. I don't know. We'll see. A company or government might attempt to buy a significant amount of Bitcoin, but it would likely get tricky pretty fast as the price will only continue. This is exactly what I was saying. As the price will only continue to rise, analysts say. They'd have to be doing some weird behind closed doors over the counter buying to keep slippage from happening. The long way to potential approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States could mean the market see Bitcoin supply suddenly drop as funds snap up as much as they can. Some market observers have predicted. Sorry, guys. Almost a naughty, throaty mess. With prominent firms like Ernst & Young expecting U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approval to trigger massive demand for institutions, will the financial giants behind these ETFs leave any actual Bitcoin on the market for the rest of us? This is why you should have been buying a long time ago. The U.S.-based spot Bitcoin ETF could bring up to $30 billion. Well, Mr. S was saying $10 billion. Could bring up to $30 billion of fresh cash into Bitcoin. Crypto entrepreneur and investor Lark Davis estimated in September 2023. In such a scenario, spot Bitcoin ETF issuers would buy up about 50% of all Bitcoin on crypto exchanges to back their ETFs. 50% but buying as much Bitcoin as possible would likely get tricky for anyone. Several industry executives and analysts agree. Theoretically, fuck me. Theoretically, a company or government could attempt to buy a significant amount of Bitcoin, but acquiring all Bitcoin in circulation is highly impractical. Yup, and think. And we still have a significant unreleased supply of Bitcoin. Valkyrie CEO Leah Wald told Cointelegraph. Wald noted that Bitcoin supply is capped at 21 million coins. Yeah, if you don't know that by now, from which 1.4 million BTC are yet to be mined, as well as 2 million, over 2 million are lost forever. I was going to say something, I totally forgot. Oh, what I was going to say is, but the potential to price the everyday retail buyer out of the market is a strong potential. If Bitcoin runs to 200K, who's buying? Let me say that. Who would be the only people buying? Big fund managers. Big fund management companies. I'm not buying Bitcoin. I mean, maybe a piece here and there, but I sure as shit ain't trying to get my hands on a whole one if it hits 200K. The risk reward is too high. They could potentially price us out of the market. It's the only thing I can see happening, really. Bitcoin's decentralized nature and the fact that many holders might refuse to sell at any price create a natural barrier against monopoly. Matt Hogan, Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise and their spot Bitcoin ETF applicant alongside Valkyrie, also believes that no one could theoretically establish a monopoly on Bitcoin. The scarcity principle, as well as established economic principle, tells us that the price of a scarce good will rise to meet demand. Hogan said, in other words, if someone tried to corner Bitcoin, the price would rise and rise and rise. As more and more reluctant sellers were met, the executive added, however, Hogan conceded that someone could still corner a significant amount of Bitcoin. Well, of course. January 3rd, CEO Sam Mao echoed Hogan's stance, expressing confidence that it would be difficult to buy all Bitcoin in circulation due to extremely high prices fueled by products like a Bitcoin ETF. The price people are willing to sell increases when there are fewer coins available for sale, he stated. This is kind of a nothing burger, I gotta be honest. According to Mao, Bitcoin holders will have to think hard about whether they should sell their Bitcoin, given their depreciation risks of fiat currencies like the US dollar or the euro. He said, absolutely, that's why we buy Bitcoin. So, as funds buy more Bitcoin and increase their assets under management, it will become harder and harder to find willing sellers. Despite high competition among potential spot Bitcoin ETFs, these funds are unlikely to try to buy all the Bitcoin in circulation, according to David Gerard, author of the book and crypto blog Attack of the 50-Foot Blockchain. ETFs are part of using Bitcoin as dollar derivative. The issuer doesn't care about the cryptocurrency at all. They care about the dollars they can get from them. Gerard told Cointelegraph. He added, lots of holders have way more Bitcoin than there are actual dollars trying to buy. The markets are thin. Although many industry watchers expect spot Bitcoin ETFs to fuel massive demand and thus positively affect the Bitcoin price, some execs like BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes believes that successful ETFs could completely destroy Bitcoin. According to ARK Invest CEO Kathy Wood, some investors might sell on the news of spot Bitcoin ETF approvals in the short term. I don't think so. I think most, outside of exchanges, most big Bitcoin holders, in my opinion, have bought because they're hedging against the dollar. They're continuing to destroy the dollar, guys. They're going to start, if everything continues the way it looks like it's going to, they're going to start cutting interest rates. They're going to start printing again. Why would anyone sell their Bitcoin? You let me know. Comments down below. Meanwhile, some believe the potential proof, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, some believe that the potential approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF in the US could have little to no impact on markets. As multiple spot Bitcoin ETFs have been trading for years in other parts of the world, such as Canada. You mean Canada, who tries to tell everybody that they can't trade crypto? Guys, don't listen to this shit. Our stock exchanges, our markets, our traditional markets are bigger, significantly bigger than anything else in the rest of the world. However, the size of U.S. capital markets is so... Oh, well, here we go. Here's the backup paragraph. However, the size of U.S. capital markets is so large that this comparison may be irrelevant. Absolutely. The crypto market has never seen an injection of capital of this potential magnitude, so many analysts are predicting. No one knows, guys. That's why you should have been buying a long time ago. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Comments down below. Last article. A long video today, guys. I'm sorry. I'm reading slow, and I still feel like a sack of asses. Hopefully you made it this far, and you get to talk about a influencer that rug pulled a bunch of people. Logan Paul to buy back CryptoZoo NFTs a year after promising refunds. The program would give NFT holders 0.1 ETH for each eligible NFT, but they would also need to waive any current or future claims against Paul. YouTuber and social media influencer Logan Paul is set to refund certain disgruntled investors of his once ambitious CryptoZoo non-fungible token game. A year after he promised NFT buyers recourse. Logan said the buyback program will be funded by $2.3 million he is personally committing and will involve buying back base eggs and base animals at the original purchase price for every person who intended to play CryptoZoo. CryptoZoo was never released play to earn game, allowing players to buy, sell, breed, and trade exotic animals represented as NFTs with crypto. Paul first announced it in August of 2021. Players would buy base eggs to be hatched into base animals, which could also be bred and yield daily zoo tokens. Over 3,009 ETH in base eggs, worth around 6.7 million, have been traded on OpenSea. There's his tweet. If you want to see him talk about it, go for it. Likely, like you, I was highly disappointed that the game was not delivered, he added, speaking to his 6.8 million followers. Paul said in a January 4th post on X. The buyback program is taking place at eggNFTbuyback.com. Guys, if you bought into this and you want your money back, there you go. eggNFTbuyback.com. So eggNFTbuyback.com. Make sure you type in that correctly. I'm sure there's all sorts of scammers right now that are buying all of the domains that misspell that to try and scam you out of your stuff. And claims can be submitted until February 8th. You got about a month, Paul added. According to the terms and conditions, those eligible will receive 0.1 ETH, currently worth $224 for each NFT they submitted. Successful claimants must not move their eligible NFTs out of their wallets after being determined to be eligible. Hybrid animal NFTs will not be eligible for the buyback, the term stated, while Paul added that investors who held CryptoZoo tokens won't be compensated under the buyback program either. Zoo is 99.99% of its what does that mean? Off. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm sorry. Why do you even pay attention to me? I'm dumb. I can't read. Zoo is 99.99% off its all-time high price, according to CoinGecko. That is a 100% rug. What did they do with all the money? In addition, those who decided to participate in the buyback program would also be forced to waive any current or future claims involving Paul and any related personnel, according to the terms. Sorry, guys. As part of the X post, Paul also announced he filed a cross-claim lawsuit against CryptoZoo lead developers Eduardo Ibanez, and that sounds like a fake-ass name, and Jake Greenbaum in a Texas federal court. A lawsuit initially brought by a participant in February 2023 alleging that Paul Ibanez Greenbaum and 2 other team members engaged in a fraudulent venture to execute a rug pull. Paul shifted the blame to Ibanez and Greenbaum. CryptoZoo was derailed by bad actors who did steal money and who betrayed our team while internally sabotaging the game. Added Paul on X, nefarious trading activity taken behind our backs without our knowledge and with the intention of defrauding us all. Paul reiterated in his recent post that he never made a single penny from the project. The buyback program comes almost 12 months after Paul announced CryptoZoo's recovery plan. He also confirmed that CryptoZoo won't be released, citing financial constraints and too many regulatory hurdles as the 2 main reasons behind the decision. And I'll be honest with you guys. What? You said they made $6 million off this thing? Where was it? Oh no, it says followers. Where was it? Yeah, right there. 6.7 million. I gotta be honest, guys. As much as it might hurt, let me say it this way. Why the hell would someone as public as Logan Paul rug pull people for $6.7 million? The dude makes tons of money. He's worth a lot of money. Not only would it be damaging to him as a public figure, but that kind of money is bullshit money to him. I don't necessarily think that Paul did anything malicious here. It just doesn't make sense. The dude is worth a lot of fucking money. I just think he is the face of the project, and that's why people went after him. Again, I don't follow Paul. I'm not into that world, the influencer world. I'm just not. But it wouldn't make sense to me for someone like Paul to do something this stupid and this malicious, because everyone could see it. For such a like now we're talking in the billions. I mean, okay, but for basically 7 mil, this would be the dumbest thing this dude has ever done. For chump change compared to all the shit that money he makes outside of the crypto space. That's just my opinion. All right, guys, this video has gone way too long, and I am sorry. Let's look at Bitcoin one last time before I get you out of here, guys. We are sitting right at $44,000, basically. Everybody's waiting. Waiting. Will it be approved? Will it not? Why does it matter? Anyway, guys, just pay attention to the pattern, the ascending triangle. You know where your bottoms are. You know where your tops are. That sounds funny. As well as this 42,516 as like a middle range support has been showing a lot of strength. So if we lose that, then we lose the bottom of the triangle. We could go down. All right, and I mean like at least a 4-hour close, because we keep wicking past it. No big deal. But I mean, and like this looks even better on the 8-hour. We need some candle closes below it for me to get bearish, guys. Just pay attention to the pattern, the trend. That's it, y'all. Don't trip out too much. Spot and chill, y'all. Outside of that, guys, that is all I've got for you this Friday morning. If you do enjoy the content I provide for you every morning on Boring Crypto IO, please by all means, guys, subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for notifications so you know when I do post videos. Watch the videos. Share the videos on all your social platforms. And above all, if there's anything you can do to help spread the adoption of crypto and help grow the channel, don't forget, guys, not to sound like a douchebag. I mean, whatever. Maybe I am a douchebag. People like me, we do this for free, y'all. We wake up every morning. We make these videos. We spend hours looking at charts. We spend hours reading articles, finding articles for you guys to provide you with easy access to news, things like that. I don't make a dime, y'all. I have 191 subscribers. Most views I've ever had on a video is like 1,000. We do this for free on our own. So if there's anything y'all can do to help us as people who bring you content, and not even just myself, I mean any channel out there, whether a big channel or small channel, guys, subscribe and like. I know it's lame. I know everyone says it. Oh, how dare you ask me? Nah, man. I'm gonna come out and say it. If this upsets you, cool. There's plenty of other crypto channels. If you want to help out this guy sitting in his bedroom at 5:30 every morning making videos for you guys, please. It's free. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Guys, like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys bright and early Monday morning. Be careful. It's the weekend. Shit gets weird. Go touch some grass. Go hang out with your family. I'll see you guys bright and early Monday morning. I'm out of here.